Hey guys, Kanal here from Level Traders. In today's video, I'm going to be covering bull and bear flag patterns. It's one of the most widely used chart patterns in technical analysis and something that I use all the time. I'll go through the key factors that I look for when identifying this type of chart pattern. I hope you find this useful. Check this out. So let's start off with understanding what a flag pattern is. So a flag pattern is an area of tight consolidation in price action, showing a counter trend move that follows directly after a sharp directional movement in price. Now flag patterns can either be upward trending, i.e. a bull flag. We've got an example of that on the left hand side. And then you've got a downward trending one, which is a bear flag. Now bull and bear flag patterns are continuation patterns. So what I mean by that is the flag patterns usually follow an existing trend that's already in place. Now there are three main characteristics that I look for when identifying flag patterns. They are: one, there has to be a preceding trend, so it needs to be an existing trend already in place. This is then followed by a consolidation period, followed by a breakout. Now these are the three things that we will continuously be touching on as we go through some of the examples. Now there is a fourth additional factor, which is an increase in volume, but this is more desirable than essential. And you'll see why when we go through the examples. The increase in volume is not always there despite bull and bear flags playing out. One other thing that I want to call out is a general rule of thumb is that the bottom of the flag should not exceed the midpoint of the flagpole that preceded it. So what I mean by that is if you look at, say, the bull flag, that consolidation period, if that retracement is more than half of the initial move, that's a cause for concern because it could negate the whole pattern. That doesn't mean it has to be always 50%, but as a general rule of thumb that I would advise when looking out for these flag patterns. Let's now have a look at some real examples of bull and bear flags in practice. Here I've got an example of the euro-dollar chart. This is a daily chart from November 2020 to March 2021. Now this chart is a great example of both bull and bear flag setups. What I've done is I've split the chart into two, and you'll see why in a minute. So let's go back to these three principles that I outlined for a flag pattern. So one, the preceding trend, two, the consolidation, and three, the breakout. So if we start with the trend, you'll see the euro dollar is in an uptrend in November. Then we have this period of consolidation for the rest of November, followed by a breakout. The volume hasn't changed here, but as I mentioned, the increase in volume is desirable, not essential. Then if we look, you can see the pattern playing out a further three times. So the same process. You've got the period of consolidation, the breakout, then again the period of consolidation, followed by the breakout. So the same thing playing out three more times. But then look what happens at the start of 2021. There's no period of consolidation on the bullish flag pattern. That changes everything, and the bull flag doesn't play out this time. Now there's a couple of reasons why a flag pattern could reverse. One is that there's no consolidation, so price just moves in one direction without pausing, so the likelihood of a reversal is high. Or there is a consolidation period, but the consolidation wipes out the entire breakout, the spike up, the initial move, which would negate the bull flag. For bull or bear flags to play out, you typically don't want to see the consolidation period wipe out more than 50%, as I've said before. So back to this example. Start of 2021, the euro dollar starts to head south. Then you'll see, same as before, period of consolidation. But this time, the price breaks down. And you'll see that happening again for a further three times with the euro dollar with consecutive bear flags. So you've got the consolidation, followed by the breakdown, then more consolidation, followed by another breakdown. So hopefully now this makes sense why I split the page into two initially. On the left hand side, you've got consecutive bull flag patterns, whilst on the right hand side you've got great examples of consecutive bear flag patterns. Here's another great example of bullish flag patterns. This time it's a chart of T-Mobile. It's a weekly chart from the start of 2020 to mid-April 2021. So again, you've got the same principles. You've got the preceding trend, followed by the period of consolidation, which then leads to the breakout. On this chart, this happens a further 4 times. So you've got consolidation, breakout, consolidation, followed by another breakout. Another great example of a bull flag. In terms of how I would trade this, I would look to buy on the consolidation period for break higher, with a stop somewhere between 50% of the initial move, so that if this flag pattern fails to play out, you'll be stopped out and avoid getting hit by a change in direction like we saw in the euro dollar. Let's now have a look at the opposite of this, which is a bear flag pattern. So here I have a chart of the budget airline carrier EasyJet covering the period May 2018 to August 2019. So this is a mirror image of a bull flag pattern with a downtrend followed by a period of consolidation followed by a breakdown in price. And this happens 4 times, so you've got 4 consecutive bear flags here. So if we finish this example off, we've got the period of consolidation followed by a breakdown in price, followed by a period of consolidation, breakdown in price, consolidation, and a final breakdown in price. Now what this chart shows is EasyJet was in a downtrend for over a year. This is pre-pandemic, by the way. So that about covers it for this video. We've gone through bull and bear flag patterns, and we've gone through the key factors that you should look for when identifying this pattern. As always, I hope you found this video useful. Remember to hit that subscribe button so you don't miss any future videos. Thanks again for watching. Take care, folks.